money doesn't buy happiness, right? But it can buy you a Honda S2000, which is pretty close. It's pretty close. It's not all the way there. Um, I had a WRX before that I really loved. I loved that car. I repainted it, or not repainted. I body worked it because I'm a body tech, right? And then I paid a guy to repaint it. He didn't do a great job, and guy at my work, Alex, bless his heart, um, absolute sweetheart of a man, painted it for free, and the local paint store gave me a free gallon of paint or clear coat. So I just had to pay for base coat, and I had a fresh, spiffy, blah by Subaru, and I was all about it. And but my heart was with an S2000. That's what I wanted to get before, and as the years, or not the years, the months rolled on, um, some areas of my life started to deteriorate, and I started to rely on the Subaru when I was upset or depressed or whatever, and I would use that car to pretty much just drive off the pain. Like, it doesn't, it doesn't get rid of the problems. Um, it's not therapy, but it helped. It helped me a lot. It helped me deal with those emotions. That's what I'm trying to say. I dealt with the emotions a lot better. So that was my takeaway from that car. I guess I've lost my train of thought again. Anyways, so obviously the Subaru is a Subaru. It's a scary car to own, Ooh, head gaskets. The center diff was starting to make a whine. Apparently that's normal. I was a bit worried about it. But I really loved that car, man. But I got to talking to with a coworker, and I was like, man, it's getting to that point in life. I'm kind of thinking about if I should start getting ready to buy a house. But there's this car I want, right? I really want a Honda. Like, I really want an S2000. It's been my dream car. It's all I really want right now. I mean, things aren't going so good for me elsewhere in other departments. That sounded weird. I didn't mean for it to be weird. It's just personal stuff going on that I didn't want to talk about. Which I will probably open up later down the road when everything's resolved, but it really hasn't resolved for the past almost 3 years now. But it will get better. There will be closure sometime soon, hopefully. It's partially my fault for letting this go on for so long, but we'll be better. We'll be better. So the appeal of the S2000 to me was the fact that, one, they look super dope. They look so cool. 6-speed manual. VTEC. Woo. Rear wheel drive. Honda. That's pretty quirky. That's pretty cool. Oh man, what else? My first S2000, the AC didn't work, or didn't have AC more so. So I was looking forward to that because my Subaru's was a little jank. It had a lot of squeakage to it. Didn't run very cold, but that doesn't matter anymore. But out of all those things, it was also, or so I thought, reliable. I thought the car was really reliable. And they are. I mean, it's a Honda S2000. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Honda S2000, Honda S2000, Honda S2000, Honda S2000. No, but really, they are reliable. They got the F20, F22C. I've had both. I've loved both. I think my heart's with the F22 a little more because that's what I currently own, and I love it. But honestly, I don't know, man. Why is it so foggy? Anyways, this might be a good tangent to make a video on. I'll think about that. Oh, man, it's so hard for me to stay focused. I can't. My brain is all over the place. I'm finally on a topic that I can really just kind of ramble and yap about. But the appeal of the S2000 being reliable, long story short, was I could drive that car all night long. I could drive it whenever I want. I could beat on it as hard as I want. And within limitations or reason, it wouldn't break down on me. Not that the Subaru's a bad car, it's just the way I was driving it, I was getting too wild with it too. But, that's neither here nor there. It got to the point where, and I don't suggest you do this, but I was just kind of throwing that thing around way too much. I was full throttle everywhere I went. I was power sliding on ramps onto the freeway, which I felt pretty cool doing, I have to say. But that's really hard on the car. Really hard on the car. My driving style was terrible for that Subaru, and if I kept that up, I was not going to have a Subaru much longer, whether that would be because I get in trouble with the law or the car breaks. It just wasn't going to work out. So here I am, selling my Subaru and buying an S2000. Man. But, it wasn't really all sunshine and rainbows. The process didn't go smoothly. It was probably, if I didn't luck out so hard, which I'll get to in a second, after losing the car, it'd be the worst financial decision of my life. To date. I can get stupider, trust me. We'll get there. I'm working on it, right? But yeah. So that car was rough, right? I got it on me and my girlfriend's 6-year anniversary. It's kind of, we'll avoid that topic. Yeah, I don't want to open up about that. I'm sorry. If there's someone to talk to in the chat, maybe, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with it right now, so I'm going to put that topic away. But what was that? Oh, it's just the chain. The chain freaked me out for a second. But yeah, so I got it on our anniversary, which wasn't the best decision, but honestly, I did not care at that time all too much. She suggested we get it. She knew how much the car meant to me, so that was nice. That was very nice of her. Look at those connecting diagonal fences. But I showed up, and we were in a busy area of town, and we were hearing all kinds of exhaust notes and noises just flying around. But I heard that buzzing. I heard that little Honda, however you want to describe it. It was probably more throaty, a little bit throaty. My girlfriend's like, "Oh, is it loud?" I was like, "God, I hope so." And yeah, it was loud. It was really loud. It was straight piped. I didn't know that. I wasn't told about that. But what I wasn't told about as well was the AC was deleted. That car had no business having a clean title and driving on public roads, but here it was, clean title in hand, me taking out a loan to buy it. The battery was mounted in the back, and by mounted in the back, I mean it was sitting on the ground, on like the shoulder of the trunk over the wheel in the back. Oh man, thing was so clapped out, and it just wasn't tied down. It was just sitting there. It could fall over at any minute, and it did. It did on the way home. And multiple nights after that, there was a massive rust hole in the trunk that I had to later use to reconnect to the battery terminal because I couldn't unlock the trunk. The trunk only releases with a key cylinder or with an electric signal. Well, guess what? The lock cylinder was broke, and the battery disconnected in the trunk, so I could not get the trunk open. But my saving grace was the literal 8-inch wide rust hole in the bottom of the floor pan. That it cut my arm up pretty good, but I was able to get the battery plugs back in. That was nice. So I got to drive the car home. It was late. It was during a car meet, and there was a bad thunderstorm running in, and things were looking ugly. But I got out of there thanks to the help of some very, very good friends. My buddy let me borrow his Subi, Bug Eye 2.5 for anybody that cares, and I drove the hell out of that thing all the way to the auto parts store that, for some reason, was open at 11:30 at night. I believe it was O'Reilly's. Hey, I can still beat the cobwebs with a broken sword. Let's go. Oh, man, I just choked on so many flavors of burp there. Oh, that was terrible. And a hiccup, too, at the same time. Wow. That's so cool. I'm so sorry that I said that to you. Anyways. Where was I? Yeah, that thing was a pile. That thing was a piece of trash, dude. It was Moonrock Metallic on some inky RPF ones, which was basic as hell. The soft top worked, and it worked fast, which was super cool. I thought it was just a rag top he threw up and down. I didn't know it had motors, so that was awesome. And I drove the piss out of that thing. I put a clutch in it. I put an intake on it. I fixed all of its weird idling and running issues except for VTEC. I think my solenoid was going out. But honestly, with all its faults and all its problems, that car was probably, at the time, my greatest escape from pretty much everything I was having to deal with. It was rough, dude. And I miss it. I'd say to make a long story short, but I just can't do that for some reason. So I got it ready for a little event known as Slammed Enough Gatlinburg. For anybody that knows who that is, you'll know how big of a deal it is. We may not even get it this year because of all the takeover kids, but it is what it is. I hope we get to go there, but that's not important right now. I had a great time. We went there. We drove the Dragon on the very first day. Literally, that morning, we set course for the tail of the Dragon. We drove the Dragon, then drove the hour and a half or whatever back to Gatlinburg. It was more Sevierville. We had a great time. We hung out. Just played around outside. Took in the beautiful mountains at night. It was awesome. And just all of the boys in a cabin together was so cool. So cool. And I got to bond with my brother, which, you don't get that chance. Or I haven't got that chance very often. So that was cool. We're pretty distant from each other, but, that trip brought us together. Yeah. Anyways, so we go to Slammed Enough the next day. I took tons of pictures. I loved it. I had the best time ever. I got to meet Alex Martini. I got to meet Gels. I talked with Dakota for like 5 minutes, and if I didn't leave, I bet he would have talked my ear off for the next hour, and I would have been all over it, but I didn't want to be like a a downer. I didn't want to like hog up all his attention, but that dude is awesome in every way. They all signed my steering wheel, which was super cool. It was gonna go in the S2000, and now we get to that night. We're going to a pre or post meet. I think it was a post meet. I think it was by Vaded Mob. I was super excited, and we were taking some back roads, coming off the high of the Dragon, driving way too fast, and these were back roads that we did not know. And long story short, I didn't pull up my map, so I wasn't looking where I was going. My buddy slid out in front of me. I freaked out and panicked, and I careened the car off of a 30-foot ledge into a boulder and almost wiped out my bloodline. So that was rough. That's probably the most accurate I've ever been through that story. A lot of times when I'm in conversation with someone, it's just, it's like, yep, crashed it. I was being stupid. Haha. But that car meant a lot to me. A lot. And, I miss it. I miss it a lot. I ended up getting a payout for it. I originally really wanted a Grand Prix White S2000 AP2. That's what I wanted. I wanted the 06 and up generation, so AP 2.5 is what a lot of people call it. So I wasn't able to afford one, right? But because of this car that, I worked so hard to be able to afford, because I lost this car, which I'm still really sad about, right? I was able to get my dream S2000. I got a Grand Prix White AP2 2000. Did I say 2007? It's a Grand Prix White 2007 S2000. Oh my god, I love it. I love it, dude. These zombies better get away from me. Oh my god, that was an arrow. I shouldn't say the Lord's name in vain. What's he doing? Is he attacking the zombies? Anyways, what I'm yammering about here, back to it. I missed that car, but it opened a gateway to pretty much my dream car. Like, if you want to get technical, you're like, money no object, buy whatever you want right now. I'd probably buy a 911 SC, like a classic 911. Doesn't have to be an SC, it just has to have those wide arches on the flares. That's my thing. I really like that. That's so cool to me. It's got the perfect body style. But, I couldn't drive it like I could drive an S2000, so that's kind of what would kill that car for me. But anyways, let's hurry back in here where we're safe. But yeah, this S2000, it's my dream car. I'm so glad I've got it. I don't own it yet. It's I gotta pay it off yet still, but carbon fiber hardtop, carbon fiber fenders that I bought for it. I didn't buy the hardtop, it came with it, but it's so cool. It's got an intake. It just makes all the right noises on a stock exhaust, which is, kind of cool. I've never really gotten to on my own will just be able to be like, choose whatever exhaust I want, so I'm looking forward to that. I had a Firebird that my cat clogged on, I had to cut out, which was cringe. Now that I think back on it, still got it. It's rough. Anyways, I'm really grateful that I went through all that. It was a lot of pain, but I got my dream car. And I'm happy now, kind of. Not happy, but that car now carries on the legacy of my last one, and I'm going through probably the lowest point of my life lately. Um, Honestly, these videos really help. This stream really helps, but that car, it's indescribable. Like, if you're not into cars, you might think I'm stupid for saying this, but like, it's like a therapy to me. I know everyone on TikTok wants to say that. That's why I don't use TikTok, because you're weird. But it's kind of true. Yeah, his car's been really good to me, and I hope I can take care of it. I hope I can take care of this one. I'd hate to see something happen to it, because I've got that S2000 and I've got my dog right now, it feels like. We love Louie. We'll have to get him. We'll have to like do like a little vlog, go on a hiking. Maybe I'll voice over like hiking with Louie and just talking about how good of a boy he is, because he's a real good boy. He's a good puppy dog. Little Aussie. Man, it's so beautiful out here. But yeah. Yeah. Money can probably buy happiness. Maybe. I don't know. If you're that kind of person. Honestly. Yeah. I'm gonna make that a video. It seems like a good video. I don't know what I'll title it though, but you know, I feel like that ramble could be a nice like 5-6 minute video. Put that up. A couple people can watch it. Maybe it'll resonate with them. I don't know if car Minecraft content meshes well, but we're gonna find out, right? I just did air gestures with my hands, but you can't see my face. I do have a lot of great friends that I've met through cars too. That's something that I don't really thank God enough for, is all my friends that I've met through cars. I've got a whole little group. I've started a whole channel. I mean, that's the reason I started this channel, man. It's like, I've got this group that I want to make videos with. I want to do car meets. I want to, make merch and all this, that, the other. I've got to start somewhere, and the next logical step was to make a YouTube channel. So I made Moon Chasers on YouTube. The name's been around for a while. But yeah, I don't have anything on it, but I'm hoping I can get a good video when we go to not Slam Enough. We're going to Rock the Dragon, which is an all S2000 meet with that was just opened up to the public, or not public. That's stupid. I'm stupid. Just opened up to all makes and models. So there's NSXs and Civic SIs and Type Rs and Del Sol, Integra, everything. My buddy's bringing a Challenger, and my friend Shelby's bringing is Acura Integra GSR. Super cool car. We love to rag on it, but it's probably the coolest car he's owned, and I'm so proud of him. He's been there through a lot too, as much as I like to rag on him. And sometimes I just like listening to the rain. Oh man. But yeah, it's enough to bring a tear to a man's eye. Yeah, maybe money can't buy happiness, but if you use your money right, I feel like you can get a little bit of happiness out of it, right? Or if you use it right, you can improve your life, maybe? I don't know where I'm going with that. My vocabulary is not very big yet, but I've noticed I'm not tripping over my words as much the more I talk, which is really cool. I've been trying to work on that. But yeah, I guess I'm not closing the stream out. But I'm gonna close this video out unless I have some extra thoughts, which maybe I'll cut in before. I'm gonna make an outro though. Yeah, that's about all I have to say on that. I mean, the stream of conscious wasn't really all there. I mean, I started rambling in the middle of my stream, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna chop this up and make it into a video, and I went through all that. There's so much more I could go into with cars. I got 5 cars, but the S2000 means so much to me. So I'm gonna hang on to it. I'm gonna take care of it. And we'll see you next time. See you next time. If there is a next time.